Hey guys, how is it all going? So, as always, thank you so much for joining me for what is The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 2 review. And the same as the last one, guys, I'm going to be talking about spoilers a little bit in these reviews. So, if you haven't seen Episode 2 yet, I highly recommend that you stop this video, go and watch it, and then come back to me. If you don't care about spoilers, it's happy and it's fantastic to still have you here. So let's just dive into it. And I've got to say, guys, right, already, and maybe I'm a bit premature in this one, but it's one of the best shows I've ever watched. And I may be a little bit biased because you know how much I love the game. But my God, man, if episode 1 wasn't perfect, episode 2 just absolutely raised the bar for me. I am so hooked on this that I'm so happy that I've got a show to watch, right? But it's breaking my heart that I've got to wait week by week because I want to watch it all now. Like, I really do want to watch it all now, but oh, it's so good, man. I can't stress how happy I am as a Last of Us fan. I can't. So, I love the way this episode starts off, and I'm not too sure whether they're going to continue with this thread because, like, we went back in time at the beginning of the first episode, didn't we? When the guys on the talk show were talking about things, and then at the start of this episode, we get a lady who's a scientist who you just realise the gravity of everything. You know, and then when the policeman's saying to her, "Is there a vaccine? We need medicine," and she's just like, "No." And he goes, "What should we do?" And she's just like, "Bomb, bomb this place and everyone in it," and it just makes you feel the weight of the situation. Like, there was just no hope. There was no winning this. There was no good outcome for the human race, and you really do feel that. And it's different because these aren't in the games, but it just works so well for the series. And after that, we're still with Joel, Ellie, and Tess. We're following them. And for the first time in this series, we come across the Clickers. And my God, man, this scene, this whole episode in particular was directed extremely well by Neil Druckmann. So absolute props to Neil Druckmann for this. But the way he directed that scene with the Clickers, man, I was on the edge of my seat. And them Clickers are fucking terrifying. You are shitting yourself already when you just hear them. That's enough. But seeing them, and even in the game, man, when the way they move always used to creep me out a little bit. It's just, oh, like, make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And they nailed the Clickers in this scene. Like, they nailed it. And the Infected as well, because we got to see, you know, the Infected pretty much up close and personal in this one as well, which will tie into something else that I'm going to talk about. Now, I've seen a few people on Twitter aren't really happy with the changes that they've made with Tess. And if you played the game, we all knew, probably by the end of this episode, that Tess's fate was going to be revealed. Like, we knew the poor girl was going to sacrifice herself to help Joel and Ellie get away. But in the game, it's soldiers that are coming for them. And it's a bit different in this series. It's the Infected that are rushing towards the building. Because unfortunately Tess ends up getting bitten by the Infected or the Clickers in the museum part. So she ends up having to sacrifice herself to help Joel and Ellie get away. And I've seen people not too happy with that change in the series. I'm happy with the change they made. It works for the context of the series. It worked in the episode that they were providing for us. And the changes that they have made from the game to the series so far, I've enjoyed. I really haven't minded at all. As much as I love the game, I know the series in certain contexts has to be different, and every choice they've made has worked for me so far. I am absolutely loving this show. And again, Joel, Ellie, Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey are nailing it. They're crushing it. And the more I'm seeing Ellie, the more she's stealing the show for me. I think Bella Ramsey is doing an absolutely fantastic job as Ellie at the moment. I think she's great. And I forgot the actress' name who's plays Tess. That's really upset me that I forgot her name because I had it at the beginning of this review and now it's just gone out my mind. But she did a sterling job in this episode. And my God, man, like, her fate at the end of this episode, man, I really felt it. Like, I felt it in the game. It's a very powerful moment in the game. And it's an extremely powerful moment in this episode, in this series. And for me, they stuck to landing and they absolutely nailed it. So, guys, like, there's no surprise to say I did this episode was a 5 out of 5, the same as the first episode. This series so far, 2 episodes in, is just getting better and better, and I cannot wait for episode 3, which I believe is a very Bill-centric episode. And they have said that they do make quite a lot of changes when it comes to Bill. So we'll wait to see what that is, but they have my faith and my trust. So I am just going to go along for the ride and enjoy what they give us. And so far, it's been pure perfection for me. I love it. So, guys, what did you think of episode 2? Did you really enjoy it? What are you thinking of The Last of Us season so far? Did you not like the changes to it? I mean, you might be one of the people that preferred what happened to Tess in the game over what happened in the series. Let me know in the comments below, guys. It's absolutely always a pleasure hearing from you. And, as always, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye now.